We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. Our ceremonial sauce comes courtesy of Roger Dams of Burn Your Tongue, cleverly not so hidden in the Quilted Bear in the Newgate Mall in Ogden, Utah. We raise our flames to Roger. The hallowed shelves of Burn Your Tongue now hold over 700 sauces, making Burn Your Tongue one of the largest sauce purveyors anywhere. If you're a chili head, you must make the pilgrimage. You can also find Roger on Facebook at the link in the description below. And what this is from Angry Goat Pepper Company, we have Hippy Dippy Green, and it is they call it an avocado and kiwi hot sauce, which I think they're kind of playing off the avocado thing, if I'm being honest, because I don't like the flavor of avocado and I don't get a lot of it out of this. Happily I don't. So falafels, omelets, Mexican fish taco, I did mention that in the review, of course, which is available in the description down below. So this is, they're calling it a verde style sauce, and fires chilies, tomatillos, creamy and refreshing. So yeah, this is fun. Okay, that aside, we have, I enjoyed the sauce. I did not occupy Wall Street. So we have fire roasted jalapenos, fire roasted serranos, and that is the heat source. There is precious little of it here, if I'm being honest. Water, lime juice, fire roasted tomatillas, kiwi fruit, agave, nectar, avocado, tequila, olive oil, granulated garlic, sea salt, onion powder, cumin, and a black pepper, and of course fresh cilantro. So you can see here, I am presuming that the flecks of black are actually the kiwi seeds, as more so than they are the black pepper. But you can see it is a very colorful sauce. It's a very light green. It does look like a more or less a normal tomatillo sauce to me. But I'm not upset at them calling it a verde sauce either. I just don't. I think once you put tomatillo in, it becomes a tomatillo sauce. Alright. So we can see it's very, very thick. And it is not liking the spoon. It's not sticking to the spoon at all well. Thick, very chunky. There we go, to smooth out a little bit. You can see there's some very, very nice little particulates in here. It's a very, this to me is an appealing sauce, visually. I think it strays away from the artificial fake kind of shock green, and it honestly trends a little bit even more towards there's a little bit of brownish aspects in here. One of the odd things about this though is I don't get a lot of flame roasting taste out of this, which is kind of interesting to me, given that there's 3 flame roasted ingredients. But so let's get on to the fun part here. Very dominant flavor here. It's tomatillos. It tastes like a tomatillo sauce. I do get little bits of the kiwi in here, which I kind of think is really interesting. If I ever decided to do a restaurant and had tomatillo sauce, you would do worse than just buying this and just heating it up and using that as your tomatillo sauce. Now, of course, you know, this is, what is this? $9-10 a bottle for 5 ounces. It's not going to be a cheap tomatillo sauce, so you might be better off just using this as a crafting vessel. But I don't get a lot of, you know, one of the beauties of a good tomatillo sauce is that everything melts together to make one composite, which is what I think we have here. I can't pick out tequila. I can't pick out kiwi. I can't pick out tomatillos. And there's, it honestly tastes a little bit like there's some jalapeno there as well. 3 of the hallmarks of a great tomatillo sauce. And of course, then there you have the onions and you have the black pepper and the cumin and the garlic and all that other stuff that sort of rounds out a really good tomatillo sauce. So I think they were trying to make a verde sauce. To me, they missed and they hit a tomatillo sauce instead. But let me tell you this. Hitting a good tomatillo sauce, in my view, is much, much, much harder. So it's like they aimed for a bullseye and they missed that target and then hit one, like, you know, 5 or 6 targets beyond the one they were aiming at. You know, just an incredible, really shot here. So yeah, it's an excellent sauce. I wouldn't think of it for wings. I find it really puzzling that they had it on the Hot One show, and I don't understand how the relationship works between the actual hot sauce vendors and the actual show producers. I assume that there's something going on there, but this to me doesn't. I wouldn't think of this as a wing sauce. To me, I would just actually kind of find that odd. Of course, I will be having it on wings in the Q4 2021 wing thing at minimum, and maybe even beyond that if I don't eat this, but that could be a problem, and here's why. So, there used to be a place downtown from where I am that made these incredible chimichangas. They were carnitas chimichangas, and I went there just because I love their tomatillo sauce so much. Chimichanga, it was fine. You know, I've eaten at tons of Mexican restaurants. It was fine. Nothing wrong with it. But it was really that tomatillo sauce. I just loved it so much. The only thing that's really different with this one and that one, this one obviously is a lot sweeter, and that one had stepped on a little bit more with the cilantro side of things. But it reminded me of those halcyon days, and so I'm just going to make myself a bean and carnitas burrito. Now, there was no beans in that chimichanga. I should hasten to add. So we're just going to throw some carnitas in here. And I think this might be El Arroyo's, possibly. I don't actually recall. And then we're going to throw some refrieds on here. And normally chimichangas don't have cheese, but if I had cheese, I'd be throwing it on here too, just because I like my chimichangas. Well, I like my burritos to have a little bit of cheese. Chimichangas that being deep fried probably wouldn't be the greatest of ideas, but all right. Put that over there. The tortilla is one of these. So it is an extreme wellness tortilla from Olay. I get these because they're super, super high fiber. And it's, I don't love regular white tortillas. So to me, if I can pick up 11 grams of dietary fiber with one of these things, then to me that seems like a really smart move. So, all right, let's blast this thing with sauce. Let's just get a good amount on here. I also mentioned the Del Taco green sauce that they put on their bean burritos, which is why beans are on here, because I'm trying to hit really, two birds, one stone. I do like the little bits of tomatillo flex seeds that reflect in there, and then we get a good amount on here, really good amount on here. So let's just see if we can roll this thing up and have it so it'll stay together the entire time, which is, of course, making these at home, for many of us, that is always the trick. So, but it looks pretty good here. Definitely looks like it'll be solid. The big trick, if you're wondering, as far as how to roll a burrito that doesn't have its guts spilling out everywhere, is to just be really cautious about how much you're trying to stuff in it. Now, restaurants, they have very specific portion sizes because it impacts their bottom line. When we're making these things at home, we're looking, oh, there's goodness here. I want to stuff as much goodness into the shell as I can. That tends to be our propensity, and what happens is you will overtax, especially these things you can't overstuff very well. There's no flex to them. So we overtax the ability of the tortilla to actually be able to hold what we're doing. Of course, you can't tear it up and just do like they do authentically. Just use little pieces of it to scoop up food and then take a mouthful at a time. You can do that too. The other part of this is warmed up. You got to warm these things up. If you don't warm up tortillas, the chances of you poking a finger through or them being too brittle and snapping is pronounced. So anyway, that aside, let's just get to this. Oh. That's the move right there. That's the move right there. This thing screams for pork. Fish tacos probably be good too. I really don't have a lot of them since Rubio's is gone. A chain that I really wish would come back, but I could see where it would be really good on fish tacos also. You could do a nice pollo verde. Some nice shredded chicken tacos also. That would go really good with. The only downside really though I see to this is I kind of don't love that much sweetness to it. For me, this is a bit overly sweet. I don't think you need, well, I don't think you need tequila at all, but I don't think you need agave and kiwi. Depending on the ripeness of the kiwi. Now, if you're using ripe kiwis, they tend to be, they compact a lot of sweetness. And it was really inventive of them to come up with that, to make that combination. Just brilliant. But for my taste, it is overly sweet. I like a little bit of sweetness in this, but they're past that pretty considerably. And I don't know if they were trying to make a wing sauce or make something that would work with the wings. I really don't know. I could even be wrong about them trying to make a verde style sauce. They might not be been trying to make that at all. They might have been trying to make a great tomatillo sauce. I actually don't know. They made a really solid tomatillo sauce though. If they dial back the sweetness, for me, if they dial back the sweetness somewhat, this would be a borderline perfect tomatillo sauce. As it is excellent though. Certainly among the best I've ever had. No question about that. So, and I'll be interested to see how it does on wings. The quarter 4 2021 wing challenge is, I think I'm going to be trying to just make it as big of a blowout as I can. Usually I just do 10 wings like the show, but I think we might go a little bit past the Hot Ones homage, and I just might get more of them just so I can do more sauces. Kind of kicking around. Stay tuned at the end of the year, towards the end of December 2021, and we will find out together. But until that time, here it is. The Angry Goat Hippy Dippy Green Hot Sauce.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.